Hello guys, welcome to another exciting episode of Anime Sensei. So, before we begin, remember to subscribe if you haven't yet, and press that bell icon to stay updated of all the new content we're creating. Now, let's get right into the list. Ten, Isekai Cheat Magician. Hello and welcome to How to Make a Generic Isekai Anime 101. First, you prepare the ingredients. You need cliches, generic character and love interest, a blinding light that sends you to a new foreign world, and the most important and most crucial ingredient is powers inexplicably gained. For the spices and add-ons, you can borrow other Isekai concepts and change them a bit. It's not like anyone will notice that or anything. That is exactly what this anime is. Sure, the character is broken and powerful as hell. It feels like cheating, but he's as generic and bland as they come. As well, like every generic isekai, ever get overpowered, beat the demon, get the girl, live happily ever after. Well played. Nine, Isekai wa Smartphone. The anime's name translates to, in another world with my smartphone. And that's exactly what it's about. Tuya Mochizuki gets struck by lightning, but it was all a mistake, so he's offered a chance to live in a fantasy world as well as a wish. He happily accepts the offer, and as for that wish, he wishes to keep his smartphone in this new world. So he begins his adventure in this new world that is filled with magic, and all the girls are dying for his attention. Yup, that's a harem anime for you. Now, if this anime was for you, you would have already known that by now. But if you think that this anime is not for you, you could be wrong here. Isekai harem anime aren't all the same after all. This is also good enough to watch. Eight, Nakanohito Genome, Jikyochu. The anime is also known as The Ones Within. It's based on a game theme, and it features a lot of drama and comedy. A group of gamers are kidnapped to play in a real-life game, and Iride Akatsuki is one of them. The game is explained to the gamers, and while they all specialize in different things, they must now team up, cooperate with each other if they're to succeed in this strange game world, or even stand any chance of going back to their real worlds. 7. Zero no Tsukaima. Being bad at magic and blowing everything up is one thing, but summoning a human as your familiar is a whole different matter. Louise Francois, nicknamed Zero for her worthless magic aptitude, is one of those typical stuck-up nobles with a shitty attitude and flat boobs to add to the mix. But who gives a damn about her anyway? The real jackpot of this anime is Augusta Frederica, with her big ass, red hair, and gigantic boobs, cleavage that she puts almost zero effort in hiding. And as such, she's sought out by a lot of the males, and she enjoys lavishing in her beauty, spending each night with a different guy. What a whore, am I right? But as anime watchers, we couldn't care less. All we want is to see the fan service in all its glory. Six, Isekai Mao to Shaokan Shaojo. The last thing you want to happen while summoning a demon lord is to use a slave lock spell and have that spell backfire on you. The two beautiful girls that summon Takuma into his game avatar Diablo, the strongest there is in the game, get their whole world flipped upside down after witnessing how strong, powerful, and smart Diablo could actually be. After being a veteran in the game and having all the powerful skills in it while memorizing all the roads and alleyways in the game proved to be very useful for Diablo and make it easier for him to accept the situation he's in. Now, Diablo roams the land with his two unfortunate slaves in an attempt to break the seals and find his way back home. The animation isn't the best, but it is decent as well as the characters in it are fun to watch, especially if you're watching the uncensored version embracing that ecchi scenes in all its glory. Five, Genjitsu Shugi Yusha no Okoku Saikinki. This guy, on his arrival in this foreign world after the success of the hero summoning ritual, is transported to the kingdom of Elfrieden Kingdom, was directly made king, and given the freedom to rule as he sees fit. And if that wasn't enough, the king also promised him the hand of his daughter in the marriage, just like that. However, he was different from other heroes whom you just point for them at a monster and they go blindly to kill it, thinking it will solve everything. Instead, he took a more realistic approach and rebuilt the kingdom from scratch, gaining the respect of the ruling family and the love of the people, as well as the love of the princess. Four, Sentun Hakinishimasu. He is sent off by an order from the evil organization hoping to control the world, kind of like Team Rocket to a new world with the assistance of Delole with a shotgun, Shigaraki Alice. In this new world, they'll have to create a channel and open up a portal in this world in order to rally their evil units and armies to dominate the world. However, before all that happens, they need a foothold in this world. And what better way to do so than start off by building his own personal harem? 3. Oda Nobunaga no Yabao. So, you want an anime about Oda Nobunaga? Well, I got you one hell of a treat. This time the name will be Nobuna, she'll be a hot-looking girl, and she'll be freaking blonde, cause why the hell not? Reading this, you might say they're crazy, but their idea actually worked, and the anime was actually decent if I say so myself. The action, the drama, the ecchi, and of course the fan service were all decent and in sync. The premise of the show is the NC being isekai to the feudal era, and since he already knows what happens, he tries his best not to change the timeline in an era where the powerful feudal lords are now hot, smoking, sexy chicks. Two, Mondaiji Tachi ga Isekai. What to do when you have powers beyond measure and bored? You isekai yourself, of course, and that's exactly what these 4 children did after being bored of their normal routine lives. They decided to change all that and went on with the charming rabbit person to her world where they can experience something new and fight strong monsters. In short, they felt that this way they can give meaning to their lives again. And they weren't wrong. They got all they bargained for and more. The adventure, the fights, the amazing scenery, and breathtaking world, they got it all. Speaking of fights, they faced off against some really powerful entities, even fought gods too, and even then, they still ended up on top as the true victors of the battle, and this just shows how damn powerful they are. They can practically rule the world with their abilities. One, no game, no life. Even though we haven't received a second season for 6 long years, this anime is still one of the top 10 most popular anime of all times on a site like MyAnimeList. And one of the reasons for that is the fact that it symbolizes what the current generation of anime fans wants. It is by no means a masterpiece. But is it an anime that everyone should watch? Of course it is. The main characters are Sora and Shiro, their brother and sister, and they end up in a world where war and politics have been replaced by games, or rather, literally everything that is even remotely related to a dispute has been replaced by games. There are rules that one must abide by, and if they disobey those rules, they lose by default. There are 16 races, each having their own race piece, with the race of humans at the very bottom. As for the main characters, Sora and Shiro, they just happen to be extremely good at games, to the point that one can even call them mutant prodigies. They are just that good. So, what do they do after getting isekai'd to this world? They become the rulers of humans, and now, game over is the last thing humans will ever see. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and leave a comment. And if you're new to the channel, you should consider turning that red subscribe button gray. I post regular content like every 2 days or so. Well then, see you guys in my next video. Until then, stay safe and watch anime. If you got a problem to speak out, I'm a cowboy and let's bebop. Put stand skate at the treetop. Berserk what I'm keeping on rewatch. Hunter, I freak out. When I'm in my room, you should keep out. I'm a ghost in the shell, push through hell like gun grape. That's a story to tell of you.